I think learning intentions are just like goals for the lesson that helps like the students understand what's happening and what they need to achieve.
I've gathered that learning intentions are what the teacher wants you to learn about in that lesson and the end goal for you to learn about.
They plan out your lesson, so they structure your lesson really well, and so you have an idea of what you're going to do and you're not just going in totally blank-minded.
Learning intention to me, what I've known so far, is something that's specific to the lesson. So I think that's helpful when we have just that guidance to tell us, like, you know, what we need to learn and what we're going to achieve in the lesson, and maybe readdressing it at the end.
At the start of it, I didn't think they were really helping me at all because I didn't look at them that much. But when I started to look at them, it sort of helped me understand what I was supposed to be doing, and I got stuck in and did it all.
They've helped me really well to learn like what we're going to be doing in that lesson and what the teacher wants us to learn and what they are wanting us to do.
They keep you on track throughout the lesson, so you know what you're doing and what you should be focusing on. It gives us a purpose for why we're learning it and what we're learning it about. So how it relates to either like the topic or book we're studying in class.
I think it's helped my learning in the fact that I know what I have to do that lesson. Like, obviously we know what we have to do when we get into the classroom, but maybe just when we're focusing on something that's really specific, such as like form in art or whatever, it just gives me I don't get off path, I guess, and it keeps me on track, and I know, okay, I need to focus on this one thing and I don't have to drift off into other sections.
Well, I really like how they're like set at the start of the lesson, but it'd be probably great if they keep referring back to them during the lesson.
Just make it, I guess, simple, like give the learning intentions, make it easier for the students to understand what we're going to be learning in that lesson and don't like overload the work.
Maybe like at the end of the lesson, like 5 minutes, they just take it back to the learning intention, and then you could either ask the class how that's shown throughout the lesson, or like put it into different words, how we now know that learning intention from what we've just learned.
I think the only suggestion would be just being like very specific and not overloading and, you know, overbearing to the students, because sometimes a learning intention could be just too much. Like, it could be, look, we're going to focus on writing an essay, a thesis, a paragraph, and all these type of things. Just specific stuff. Like maybe at the start of an English lesson, the teacher might say, look, we're going to focus on creating this style of thesis statement that links to this and this part of the rubric. And I guess it just gives you more like guidance, because sometimes it can just be a little bit overbearing. But I think overall they're a very good idea.